Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another video. What we're going to be doing today is we'll be breaking down all of our MLB games we have coming up for Wednesday, April 30th. We're going to go game by game, break down every single matchup, look at the pitching, look at the batting order, and try to predict the outcome. Who's going to win, who's going to lose, and we'll also take an in-depth look at our best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. If you're a baseball fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We're going over every game, every single day throughout the entire season. If you're a sports fan, we also have all the football news going on. We just had the NFL draft. We have college football news going on. There's the transfer portal. There's spring football. A lot going on in the world of sports. We also go over every game, every day for football as well. And make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you're a football fan. Please drop a comment below. Do you agree? Disagree? I will make sure to respond to every single comment below. We also have our team members group in the link pinned down there. And make sure to hit that link if you want to join one of our teams. We have 16 games in total today because we actually have a doubleheader matchup. So we have the Reds playing the St. Louis. They're going to be playing twice today to make up for the delayed game yesterday. Let's go ahead and get started running through these games as quickly as we can. Kicking things off, we have our game one of the doubleheader at 12:40 p.m. We have the 12-17 St. Louis Cardinals versus the 16-13 Cincinnati Reds. This is the makeup game from yesterday. Right now, the Reds 1.5 favorites. The over in here is 9.5. The Reds come in 56.4% chance to win this game. St. Louis a 43.6% chance. The Reds are minus 125. St. Louis plus 105. This is a pretty good matchup here because when you look at St. Louis, yes, they're not 500, but they have a very potent offense. You have to respect their offense. You can score some runs on them, but you have to make sure to look at this lineup. There's a lot of potential there. There's Nolan Arenado. There's Nootbaar, Donovan, Herrera hitting 381 right now. Overall, as a team, they're averaging 4.6 runs a game, hitting 265. They have no issues getting guys on base. 24 home runs, 23 steals, giving up 4.36 runs a game. For Cincinnati, they started out the season with a really sluggish offense. That has not been the case for the last 2 to 3 weeks. They've been scoring a lot of runs, and they continue to pitch well. They're averaging 5.4 runs a game. Lux hitting 352. Hayes hitting 365. De La Cruz is starting to get hot. They're hitting 254 as a team. 32 home runs, 30 steals, very balanced, only giving up 3.46 runs a game. Looking at our pitching matchup, we have Mikolas right now going for St. Louis. 0-2 record, 5.7 ERA, 23.2 innings, 13 strikeouts, no home runs given up. So at least he's keeping the ball in the park, but he is giving up runs, giving up a lot of base hits. And then you have Brady Singer going for Cincinnati. Great start to the season for him. 4-0 record, 3.62 ERA, 27.1 innings, 32 strikeouts, only 3 home runs given up. With these doubleheaders, they are crazy matchups because anything can happen. Whatever happens game one, the complete opposite will happen game two. It's just the way it works. Give me Cincinnati to win this one to cover the spread, and I'll go with the under this matchup. Our next game on the MLB Network at 2:10 p.m., the 18-12 Detroit Tigers sitting at first place in the AL Central, playing the extremely hot, the 16-13 Houston Astros. They started out way below 500. They've been chipping their way back to 500, and now they have surpassed it by 3 games. I picked the Astros to upset the Tigers the last 2 days. That is exactly what has happened. Right now, the Astros are now the favorite here. 55.9% chance to win this game. The Tigers, a 44.1% chance. Houston, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. The Astros, they're minus 125. Detroit is plus 105. You got to respect the Detroit Tigers. This is a team. They have a top 3 overall statistical ERA for this team, for the bullpen, for the starting rotation, and they have a really good offense. They're averaging 4.6 runs a game, hitting 247, 27 home runs, 11 steals. They're not aggressive on the bases, but they're having no issues getting runs home, and they're only giving up 2.8 runs per game. Solid start to the season. And for the Astros, they're starting to get that offense going outside of Jose Altuve. He's been the consistent guy. They're averaging 3.7 runs a game, hitting 231, 21 home runs, 20 steals, only giving up 3.18 runs per game. This is also a top 5 overall pitching team in baseball. This is going to be a really good matchup because really with this type of matchup, anything can happen, especially if the Astros start to get Alvarez hot. He's that foundational piece. Once he gets hot, he can carry this offense single-handedly. Looking at our pitching matchup, we have Jackson Jobe right now going for the Tigers. Great start to the season for him. 2-0 record, 2.7 ERA, 20 innings, 14 strikeouts, 10 walks, giving up a lot of walks, but at least he's had a good opening. For the Astros, we have Blah going right now. He hasn't pitched an inning. This is going to be his first start of the season. So what kind of start are you going to get from him? Is his arm going to be a little rusty? It's probably going to end up a bullpen game, and the Astros have a very capable bullpen. That's why they're the favorites for this game. I picked them to upset the Tigers last 2 days. That's what happened. Look for me to go the opposite way this game. I have the Tigers beating the Astros, going with the plus 1.5, and I'm also going to go with the under this game, lower scoring matchup. And then on the MLB Network at 3:30 p.m., we have the 12-17 Marlins coming off of getting the crap kicked out of them by the LA Dodgers, who sit at 20-10. Right now, the Dodgers, second in the NL West. They are second in their 20-10, but they've shown themselves to be mortal this season, mainly due to injuries. The hitters are not necessarily hitting at their full potential right now, and the pitching's banged up. They have 15 to 17 guys on the DL right now. Right now, they have a 71.8% chance to win. Miami, 28.2%. They are such heavy favorites here that it actually scares you so much whenever a team is that favored because the upset potential's there. The Dodgers come into this game. The over-under here is going to be 9.5. They are 2.5-run favorites. Looking at Miami, one thing about Miami is they don't have any issues getting runners on base, scoring some runs. Their biggest issue for them is their pitching. They give up a lot of runs. Right now, Miami, they're averaging 4.4 runs a game, hitting .256, 24 home runs. 22 steals, giving up 5.32 runs per game. That does not bode well here versus a very capable Dodgers offense. The Dodgers are averaging 4.8 runs a game, hitting .239, 45 home runs. That's top 3 in total team home runs. 13 steals, only giving up 3.7 on runs per game. That's even with all of the injuries. Yes, they're mortal, they're beatable, but this team is really good when healthy, when hitting. The best top-to-bottom roster in baseball. Right now for the Marlins, they have Cal Quantrill going 2-2 record, 7.83 ERA, 23 innings, only 9 strikeouts. He only has 4 home runs given up, but he's given up home runs everywhere else. He's walking guys, giving up 32 base hits. He cannot get outs. And then you have Tony Gonsolin right now going for the Dodgers. Hasn't had a start this season, hasn't had an inning pitch this season. We know the Dodgers are probably just going to turn to their beat-up bullpen, but they're probably going to be capable of beating the Marlins. Give me the Dodgers to win this game to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over here. The offense leads the way for the Dodgers. And at 3:10 p.m., the 14-15 Atlanta Braves. They started out the season 0-7. I told everyone, no reason to panic. Very capable offense, very capable pitching staff. They're going to work their bait. They're going to get back to 500. Some people commented, that's ridiculous. What's happened? Now they've gone 14-8 the last 22 games. This team's playing really hot right now, showing their true potential. Facing off first the 4-25 Colorado Rockies. Let's just call it what it is. The Rockies are the worst team in baseball right now. 28.9% chance to win at home. The Braves a 71.1%. But you know the Dodgers, a broken clock is right twice a day. At some point, the Braves are going to lose, and Colorado is going to get a win here in a game that they are a heavy underdog. Right now, the over in here is 10.5. The Braves, 2.5-run favorites. Right now, the Braves, that offense starting to score some runs. They're averaging 4.1 runs a game, hitting .241, 35 home runs. This team has a lot of power. 15 steals, giving up 4.42 runs per game. They're still working on that pitching, but at least the offense is starting to hit. And for Colorado, one of the worst offenses in baseball, 3.3 runs a game, hitting .213, 23 home runs, 14 steals, giving up 5.33 runs per game. Colorado, a very difficult place to pitch. Technically, anything can happen. Colorado's going to turn to Chase Dollander right now, 1-3 record, 7.91 ERA. Obviously, that's not the type of numbers that you want to see when you're trying to get your first win in a while. 19.1 innings, 21 strikeouts. At least he's striking some guys out, but he's given up 8 home runs in 19 innings. That's almost a home run every other inning. And the Braves are going with the reigning Cy Young winner, Chris Sale. Very bad start to the season for him, but actually pitched pretty good his last start. Once this guy gets going, he's a left-handed pitcher. He's going to be lining them up, striking out. He's a 300 strikeout type guy. Not the best first month. He can't wait to look forward to May, but he's going to get hot. 1-2 record. 5.4 ERA, 28.1 innings, 36 strikeouts, only 9 walks, only 4 home runs. He's keeping the ball in the ballpark. Just a little control issues, 36 base hits, but he's going to be on. He should be capable of beating Colorado. Give me the Braves to win this one to cover the spread, and I'm going with the over. And one of our better matchups of the entire week at 4:10 p.m., the 19-11 San Francisco Giants here facing off versus the 18-11 San Diego Padres. Two Western Division teams. Just shows you how deep the NL West is. These teams are battling out way over 500, and they're all fighting for that number 1 spot. Right now, San Francisco, 36.7% chance to win. San Diego, a 63.3% chance. These teams can score. These teams can pitch. Very well-rounded teams. Right now, San Diego, 1.5-run favorites. Over in here, 6.5. The Padres, -145. San Francisco is +120. The Giants, very capable offense, really good pitching staff. They're averaging 4.7 runs a game, hitting .229, 28 home runs, 20 steals, giving up up 3.4 runs a game. Wilmer Flores right now 28 RBIs. And for San Diego, they have Machado, but it's Fernando Tatis leading the way, hitting 330, 8 home runs, 18 RBIs, and it's also what he can do on the base pass. They're averaging 3.8 runs a game, hitting 255, 24 home runs, 26 steals, very balanced. A top 3 overall pitching staff and the number 2 overall bullpen, only giving up 2.82 runs per game. The team's playing really good. For the Giants, they're going with Landon Raup right now, 2-1 record, 5.46 ERA, only 8 starts in the major leagues, 4.1 career ERA, 25.2 innings, 31 strikeouts. Really good opening for the season for him, but he's going up against Michael King, the veteran. Had over 200 strikeouts last season. A 3.2 career ERA, 3-1 record this season, 2.18 ERA, 33 innings, 40 strikeouts, only 3 home runs. Give me San Diego to win this game. This is going to be a very low-scoring game, a very close game, very competitive game, but I have San Diego winning, covering the spread, and I'll just slightly go with the over here. And then at 4:10 p.m., the 12-16 LA Angels had a really good start to the season. They've kind of fallen off the last 2 weeks, but one thing you have to respect about them, they have a lot of power here. They hit a lot of home runs. If you leave the ball out over the plate, they're going to knock it out of the park. They're facing off first the Seattle Mariners at 17-12. First place in the LS, really starting to cleanse their potential. Seattle comes in 53.9% chance to win this game. The Angels are 46.1, closer than you'd think. The over and here is 8.5. Seattle 1.5 run favorites. They're minus 155. The Angels are plus 130. The Angels are averaging 3.7 runs a game. They don't even have Trout playing hot right now. He's only hitting 173, but it's the power. He has 9 home runs. They're hitting 212 as a team, 39 home runs, 13 steals, giving up 4.75 runs a game. And then you have the hot Seattle Mariners, 4.9 runs a game, hitting 237, 42 home runs, 35 steals. Very aggressive team. Power, speed, and they're only giving up 3.79 runs a game. Looking at our pitching matchup, you have Tyler Anderson right now going for the Angels, 2-0 record, 2.6 ERA, 27.2 innings, 22 strikeouts, and then you have Hancock going for Seattle, 1-1 record, 7.71 ERA. He is better than that. Look for that ERA to slowly come down, 11.2 innings, 11 strikeouts. I'm going to go with the upset pick here. I have the Angels pulling off the win, hitting some home runs, just enough to inch past the Mariners, going with the plus 1.5 here, and I'm going to go with the over. Really close game, still like a 5-4 type game. Then at 6:10 p.m., the 13-17 Minnesota Twins. This coaching staff was under a lot of pressure, a lot of heat. They're slowly chipping their way back to 500, starting to play better baseball, starting to actually score some runs here. They'll be facing off versus the 16-13 Cleveland Guardians, second in the NL Central. Twins are fourth in the AL Central. This was a game the Twins eked out a close win yesterday, but a win's a win. They have a 55.8% chance to win this one. Cleveland a 44.2%. The Twins come in 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 7.5. Minnesota, they're minus 130. Cleveland is plus 110. But this is a very closely matched game, very much a 50-50, practically a pick-em type game. Both of these teams very capable teams. Twins have a lot of potential. Cleveland has been leading the way in this division to start the season. Right now, Minnesota, they're averaging 3.8 runs a game, hitting 226, 21 home runs, 17 stolen bases, a 3.64 ERA. Cleveland just needs to pitch a little better. That's that missing link. They're averaging 4 runs a game, hitting 237, 30 home runs, 19 steals, giving up 4.37 runs a game. Right now for the Twins, they're going to be going with Pablo Lopez, 2-1 record, 2.08 ERA. He's basically been their ace to start the season. Whenever they're riding a little bit of a losing streak, he's the guy you want on the mound to right the ship. 21.2 innings, 20 strikeouts, only 2 home runs given up in 5 starts. And then you have Luis Ortiz going for Cleveland. 2-3 record, 5.96 ERA, 25.2 innings, 31 strikeouts. He can strike out a lot of guys, but he is walking a lot of people, 14 walks, almost practically a walk every 1.3 innings. He's putting guys on base, leaving them there potentially for the Twins to drive in. Give me the Twins to win this game, to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over. This next game is a very interesting game here. This is our prime video game at 6:35 p.m. The 18-12 New York Yankees, first in the AL Central versus the 11-18 Baltimore Orioles. We knew Baltimore was going to be capable of scoring runs. We knew their issue was going to be pitching. And oh boy, it has definitely been their pitching. They have one of the worst pitching staffs in baseball. Right now, Baltimore a 47.7% chance to win this game. New York a 52.3%. Very close there from the fan vote. You have the Yankees coming in as the favorites, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 10.5. Vegas definitely see some runs being scored, and you definitely see why when you look at the pitching matchup. The Yankees are minus 120. Baltimore is even. The Yankees, one of the best offenses in baseball. They have a top 3 power hitting team in total home runs. They're averaging 5.5 runs a game, hitting 262. Aaron Judge, a 412 batting average, 9 home runs, 29 RBIs, the best start to his season, the best hitter in baseball right now, 22 steals for the team, 3.69 ERA, even without their best pitcher, Cole. This still continues to be one of the better pitching staffs in baseball. Baltimore, 4 runs a game, hitting 223, 33 steals. A lot of power here. They just got to work on that pitching. 15 steals, giving up 5.37 runs per game. That's not going to cut it. Carlos Carrasco, he's been up and down throughout the season. Good start, bad start. Has not been the pitcher that he used to be for, I'd say, the last 2 to 3 seasons. His last great season was probably in 2022. Right now, Carlos Carrasco, 2-1 record, 5.26 ERA, 25.2 innings. He has 17 strikeouts, giving up a lot of home runs here. That's one thing Baltimore can do is they can hit home runs. They can't pitch to save their life, but they can drive some runs in. They're going to be going with Cade Povich, 1-2 record, 5.04 ERA. 25 innings, 23 strikeouts. With this game, this can go either way. Both pitchers giving up a lot of runs. Yankees have the better offense, but what version of Carlos Carrasco shows up? I can see it being really close. Give me Baltimore to actually pull off the upset here. They got to win one of these ones. Going with the plus 1.5, and I'll go with the over still. And it's 6:40 p.m. The 18-12 Chicago Cubs. Really good opening to the season for them. First in the NL Central. One of the best offenses in baseball. They'll be facing off first the 11-19 Pittsburgh Pirates, who's a little bit of a scrappy team here, but obviously you have to give the edge to the Cubs. The Cubs put it on them yesterday, too. Right now, Chicago 66.9% chance to win this game. Pittsburgh a 33.1. Chicago comes in here. They are 1.5 run favorites. Over in here is 8.5. They're minus 175. The Pirates are plus 145. Chicago comes in. They're doing a bit of everything. They hit a lot of home runs. They steal a lot of bases. They're putting together runs any way they have to. One of the best offenses, a top 3 offense. They're averaging 5.9 runs a game, hitting 260. Actually, the number 1 offense in baseball. 38 home runs, 44 steals, giving up 4.24 runs a game. They could do a little bit of everything. Tucker, Suzuki, Kelly, a lot of great players here. Pittsburgh, they're averaging 3.5 runs a game, hitting 224, 23 home runs, 35 steals. At least they're aggressive on the base pass, trying to generate runs, giving up 3.98 runs a game. Looking at our pitching matchup here for the Pirates, they're going to be going with Monozinski, 1-3 record, 6.95 ERA. Not a good ERA when you're facing the number 1 offense in baseball. 22 innings, 18 strikeouts, way too many walks. And then you have the Cubs going with Matthew Boyd, who might be due for a bad game, but so far pitching well. 2-2 record, 2.54 ERA, 28.1 innings, 24 strikeouts. A lot of walks, but he's keeping guys from scoring. Give me the Cubs to win this game to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over here. And at 6:40 p.m., we have our Game 2 of the doubleheader here, the 12-17 Cardinals versus the 16-13 Cincinnati Reds. We already went over the stats here. St. Louis can score some runs. They can't pitch. Cincinnati can do a little bit of everything, a top 5 offense, and they have a really good pitching staff. Right now, Cincinnati, 56.4% chance to win this one. St. Louis comes in a 43.6% chance to win. The Reds, 1.5 run favorites here. The over-under is 9.5. The Reds are minus 130. The St. Louis Cardinals are plus 110. Looking at our pitching matchup, Steven Matz, who's had a lot of relief pitches this inning, but he's having a really good season. 2-0 record, 1.8 ERA, 20 innings, 14 strikeouts, only 3 walks in 20 innings, no home runs given up. We don't have a starter yet for the Reds. That's interesting there because it's a doubleheader. Anything can happen. Whatever happened games 1, always the complete opposite happened game 2. If you score 15 runs game 1, you're only scoring 1 run game 2. It's just the way baseball always works. We don't know who's starting for the Reds. Might even be a long reliever, bullpen type game. It's the unknown. I hate the unknown. I hate the gray areas. Give me St. Louis to win game 2 here. Lose game 1, win game 2, going with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the under here. Low scoring game. And at 6:45, moving over to the NL East, the 13-17 Washington Nationals lost a really close one last night versus the 16-13 Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies second in the NL East. This is a team, a lot of potential here. A lot of people picking them to win the NL East, potentially even compete or win the World Series this season. They got to get past the Mets, though, but they're playing the Nationals here. Nationals, very scrappy team. Phillies, a great lineup when they're all hitting, and one of the better pitching staffs in baseball once they all get on track. Right now, the Phillies, 64.3% chance to win this one. Washington, hitting 35.7. Phillies come in 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. Philadelphia minus 235. Washington is plus 195. Washington, very capable team. A lot of 1 or 2 run losses here. They're keeping these games close, keeping them within striking distance. They're hitting 238, 29 home runs, 27 steals. Young team, 4.61 ERA. For the Phillies, 4.4 runs a game, hitting 249, 22 home runs, 27 steals, giving up 4.11 runs per game. Pitching matchup, you have Jake Irvin right now going for Washington, 2-0 record, 3.19 ERA. Really good opening to the season for him. He's the guy you want facing the Phillies here. He can pull off a win. 36.2 innings, 31 strikeouts, and then you have Christopher Sanchez going for the Phillies. 2-1 record, 3.42 ERA, 26.1 innings, 33 strikeouts. He's a strikeout pitcher here. Nationals have been known to swing and miss. Phillies do draw a lot of walks. They put guys on base. Once that offense reaches its potential, once you get Bryce Harper and company hitting, they're going to score a lot of runs. Give me the Phillies to win a really close game here, but I have them winning, covering the spread. I'm going to go with the under this matchup. And on the MLB Network at 7:05 p.m., the 15-15 Kansas City Royals, they got their way back to 500. We picked them to win yesterday. They did win yesterday. They just got to score some runs. They can pitch, but their offense is one of the worst in baseball. They're facing off first the 14-15, the scrappy Tampa Bay Rays here at Steinbrenner Field. Right now, the Rays 68.1% chance to win this one. KC 31.9. The Rays 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. Tampa Bay minus 180, KC plus 150. If KC ever figures out their offense, they're going to be a dangerous team. They're averaging 3.1 runs a game, hitting 225, only 13 home runs. That might be the lowest in baseball right now. They got to get some power here. 20 steals, giving up 3.39 runs per game. They're pitching very well. Tampa Bay, 4.2 runs a game, hitting 253, 25 home runs, 33 steals, only giving up 3.45 runs per game. They have a pretty decent offense. They can steal some bases. They're pitching well. They're going to be going with Drew Rasmussen, 1-1 record, 2.1 ERA, 25.2 innings, 27 strikeouts, only 1 home run given up in 25 innings, only 6 walks. Pitching really good. And then you have for the Royals, a guy making his first start, pitching his first innings here, Noah Cameron. He's the unknown here. He has an arm, hasn't pitched yet this season. So what type of performance are we going to get? Still KC. They're going to keep this game close. That's what they do. Give me Tampa Bay to win it, though, to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over this matchup. And then our next one here, this is one that could go either way, coming out of the AL East at 7:07 p.m., the 17-14 Boston Red Sox. This team's having a lot of playoff hype right now versus the 13-16 Blue Jays. Blue Jays are struggling to hit home runs, but there's a lot of home run power here. They're just not hitting. You have Boston coming in 62.6% chance to win this game. The Toronto Blue Jays are 37.4, but a lot of unknowns here. Right now, Boston, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 9.5. Boston, they're minus 120. The Blue Jays are even. Boston comes in, pretty good offense, 4.9 runs a game, hitting 249, 33 home runs, 34 steals. Very balanced team, giving up 4.04 runs a game. Bregman's hitting well, 331 average. He's back to his old form, 6 home runs, 23 RBIs. And for the Blue Jays, they have not reached their offense potential, 3.4 runs a game, hitting 240, only 15 home runs. How does the team with Vlad Guerrero Jr., Bichette, Springer, how do they only have 15 home runs right now? You got to knock the ball out of the park, generate some runs. 19 steals, giving up 4.06 runs a game. Looking at our pitching matchup, we have Giolito right now going for Boston. Hasn't pitched this season. A lot of pitchers making their first starts today. And then for the Blue Jays, undecided. There's not a pitcher announced as of right now. Could even turn into a bullpen game. It is unknown for both teams, but at least we know who's starting for the Red Sox. I was thinking about going Blue Jays. This game is very close to me. A lot of unknowns here. Blue Jays don't even have a starter yet. I got to go with Boston to win this game. I have them covering the spread, and I'll go with the over. And on MLB Network at 7:10 p.m., the 15-14 Arizona Diamondbacks facing off versus the 21-9 the New York Mets in first place in the NL East. They have the best record in baseball right now. Right now, the Mets 53.9% chance to win this game at home. Arizona 46.1%, but the Diamondbacks are the favorites here. 1.5 run favorites. The Diamondbacks pitching well right now, but it's their offense. They can score a lot of runs. They're more than capable of pulling off this win here. They're the favorites with a 7.5 over-under. The Diamondbacks are minus 115. The Mets are minus 105. It is a very close game. This is going to be a very fun matchup to watch. Right now, the Diamondbacks, it's their offense. It is Suarez, Smith, Carroll, 5.4 runs a game. That's a top 5 offense in baseball, hitting 245, 40 home runs, 25 steals, giving up 4.38 runs a game. The Mets, they're starting to get that offense going. They won yesterday. They're starting to get production outside of those first 3 guys. Lindor, Soto, Alonso hitting 346, 7 home runs, 28 RBIs. They're starting to get runs from the guys at 4 through 9, which is really what their offense needs. They're hitting 236, 25 home runs, 17 steals. Still the number 1 pitching team in baseball. Number 1 in bullpen, in starting rotation, giving up 2.53 runs per game. This is a really good team. That's why they have the best record in baseball. But they don't have a starter as of right now. They had a lot of injuries to their starting pitching coming into the season. This could turn into a bullpen game, which could potentially tax their bullpen right now. Right now, the Diamondbacks are going to be going with Corbin Burnes. We know who this guy is. He's a strikeout pitcher, 0-1 record, 4.05 ERA. He's a veteran pitcher. He knows how to pitch around the Mets, keeping the ball down, keeping the home runs down, keeping the ball in the ballpark. 26.2 innings, 25 strikeouts. A lot of walks given up here, but the Mets, we just don't know who the starter is. But they're going to roll out a very capable bullpen here, but I hate when it's a full bullpen game. It taxes that bullpen. You just need one guy to lay an egg, and it could throw off the whole game. Give me the Diamondbacks to win this one to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And at 7:40 p.m., the 15-15 Milwaukee Brewers at 500 versus the 7-22 Chicago White Sox. Chicago struggling to score some runs, but they're playing a little better. At least they have a very good pitching team. Right now, the White Sox, 44.8% chance to win. Milwaukee, 55.2%. Milwaukee comes into this game 1.5 run favorites. The over here, 7.5. They're minus 160. Chicago is plus 135. You got to keep your eye on this game, though, because Chicago, they're probably due to get an upset win right now. Milwaukee, very good offense. They're averaging 5 runs a game, hitting 249, 26 home runs, 37 steals. They are very aggressive. They play small ball. They generate runs on the base pass. They're giving up 4.16 runs a game. For Chicago, they're averaging 3.4 runs a game, hitting 211, 22 home runs, 20 steals, giving up 4.13 runs per game. Tobias Myers is getting the nod here for Milwaukee. 0-0 record, 4.5 ERA, only 4 innings, 2 strikeouts, 1 home runs. Obviously, he just made his first start of the season. And then you have Shane Smith going for the White Sox. He's been one of their go-to guys here, keeping these games really close. 1-1 record, 2.3 ERA, 27.1 innings, 22 strikeouts, only 9 walks, only 1 home run given up. That's why Chicago has a real shot to pull off the upset win here. Whether they pull off the upset win or it's a 1-run loss, I'm going to go with the plus 1.5 here. Call me crazy here. I've only picked Chicago once, and they did win that one time. I don't want to pick it twice and it just not work out, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go out on a ledge here. Give me the White Sox to win this game, or at least not lose by more than 1. Going with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the under this matchup. Very close game. And what's setting up to be a really good pitching matchup, our final game at 8:05 p.m., the Rangers finally gave DeGrom some offense last night, and the guy won. Right now, the Athletics 15-15, but they hit a lot of home runs. You got to respect the power there versus the 16-14 Texas Rangers. Right now, the Rangers 60.1% chance to win this game. The A's a 39.9% chance. The Rangers come in 1.5 run favorites. Over here is 8.5. They're minus 150. The Athletics are plus 125. The A's, they're averaging 4.3 runs a game. No issues getting guys on base. No issues hitting home runs and scoring guys. Hitting 252, 38 home runs, 9 steals, giving up 4.46 runs a game. And for the Rangers, they're averaging 3.1 runs a game. This is a team that was supposed to have a really good offense and an improved pitching. It's been pitching leading the way. The offense has been slow to catch on, but there's a lot of promise there with this offense, a lot of potential. Once they get going, they're going to carry this team. They're hitting 225, 30 home runs, 24 steals, giving up 3.22 runs a game. But it's the pitching matchup that's going to get all the focus here. Luis Severino going for the A's, picked up right where he left off last season. He just needs some run support here. 1-3 record, 3.49 ERA, 38.2 innings, 29 strikeouts, only 4 home runs given up. Picking up where he left off pitching for the Mets last season. Really good start to the season for him. He's going up against another veteran, Nathan Eovaldi. 2-2 record, 2.21 ERA, 36.2 innings, 38 strikeouts, only 3 walks in almost 40 innings, only 3 home runs given up in almost 40 innings. This guy's been going off. Can the Rangers, who scored 15 runs yesterday, whenever you score that many runs the very next game, you usually don't have an offensive performance. Can they get just enough to get him to win? Give me the Rangers to win this game to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over. Guys, that's all of our picks and predictions for our Wednesday, April 30th games. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments, by all means, drop them below, and I will respond. Thank you.